A woman's body has been found in a park pond in front of Prince William and Kate Middleton's Kensington Palace home. I think this is it. It's right in front of Kensington Palace. So I went searching for this. This happened just a few days ago. Let's look at the search. Here's one woman's body found near Prince William and Kate Middleton's home. And if you click on this you have to sign up for this. Here's some images results. Here's missing swimmer's body recovered from Monroe Harbor. That's unrelated. Body pulled from Lake Michigan near Grant Park. That's unrelated. So literally one out of all of them. And then as you go down, here it is again. Woman's body found in lake in front of Prince William and Kate Middleton's Kensington Palace home. So this looks to me like it's being covered up. How strange. Well, who is this woman? The mystery death is not thought to be suspicious, a Met Police spokesman told the Daily Mail. The grim discovery was made right in front of the official residence of the Cambridges. Princess Eugenie and husband Jack Brooksbank also live at Ivy Cottage on the palace grounds. So there's all kinds of people there. Plus there's Will and Kate and their kids and their whole staff. Plus there's all these palace guards and security. Very strange. Let's read this. The family of artist Adelion Lysette Green, granddaughter of poet laureate Sir John Betjeman, were mistakenly told the body was hers. So they misidentified the body and they told another family that it's your daughter. Okay. And Delion, 51, known as Deli, has been missing for a week, and police had appealed for help to find her. But she was later found alive to the relief of her family. Her brother John Lysette Green said, "My sister Endelion is alive, safe and well. Thank you all for the support and love you showed for Deli and her family. Sorry to all of you that, like us, were grieving for the wonder that is Deli. We were told a body was found, and it was her." It was not. Deli was found last night. So it's very strange. Is the palace covering this up? Surely they know what happened and who this person is. There's cameras everywhere. So we just need to look into this. Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a spot of royalty. So this is the pond, right in front of Kensington Palace. Do you guys remember the naked boy? Naked, completely naked, not a stitch, and it's England and people are wearing coats and it's cool, like 45, 48 degrees, and he's climbing out of one of the palace windows and there's a big parade and people filmed it and it looked like he fell to his death. Remember that? Nobody, they hushed that up. Nobody knew who that person was. Wow. And the idiot girls who were filming it, they were giggling. Like it's funny that someone just fell to their death. Really strange. So I want to know, let's take a look at this. What happened to this woman? Because they misidentified her as this other woman, Deli, 51, who was then later found. But they haven't identified this woman. There's cameras everywhere. There's security everywhere. There's people living there. It's got to be one of the most monitored places on the planet. Okay, London has more cameras than any other city on earth. Okay, I think it's the most monitored, CCTV monitored place on the planet. Okay, and this is the palace. This is Kensington Palace. So what happened? Is this suicide? Is it murder? Is it an accident? I mean, did she, what happened? Let's just see what the cards want to tell us. Suicide, murder, or an accident? Let's see if we can get the gist of what's going on here. Well, let's see. We have Mercury, olive tree deeply rooted. This is a great body card. and cup overflowing in the water. A body in the water, communicating about a body in the water. 25. 25. Okay, so there's a body. This is just basically stating, there's a body in the water that was transported there and found. And it came from somewhere else. And cross can be the human body. Okay, just like the pentagram is 5 points, that's the human body. The cross, they put Jesus on the cross, head, feet, and 2 arms. So this also is representative of the human body, a human body from the crossroads. So that's one of my questions. I'm wondering if she is closely associated with the palace or not, or if someone put the body there. I mean, what a crappy place to throw a body, because it's certainly going to be found. So in the center we have straight razor, cutting, okay, or a hurt that resulted in death at the palace. And it's a woman. I don't know what I'm getting here. 22, 26, 36, no, 9 spades, full stop. So this woman was killed, and she's a woman, and she ended up at the palace from the crossroads. I don't think she was in the palace. Let's find out. Because the death seems to be getting covered up. So let's look at the royals and this deceased unidentified woman. Is there any connection? Are there connections? What is the relationship between the royals and this woman, this deceased woman? What is the connection between the royals and this deceased lady? And we don't know how old she is. The other lady, Delhi, was 51. We don't know that this woman, the unidentified woman, is 51. We don't know. She could be younger. She could be older. She could be any age. No one's saying anything. And they're wiping. It's very interesting how little news there is on it. There was only one article. Boy. So let's see. Palace. Is there any connection? Oh dear. And this woman. What is the connection between the palace and this woman? Lovers, close heart connection, long relationship in everything. 16, 4 spades, death. They know her well. They know this lady very well, and there's a long-term connection, and it's a financial connection. I think she may have worked at the palace. And she has very personal relationships with people at Kensington Palace. Hamster wheel. This is the work card. Activity was work and very 14, 4 diamonds. She worked at the palace. It appears that she worked at the palace. For a long time, she worked at the palace. Wow. That's crazy. What do we have here? Killed in the city. 18. Killed in the city. Reacting to the close connection in the... so I think she is like a palace employee. Strength, rooted and connected. Okay, 13, 18, 5 dimes. On an ongoing basis. So she had a long relationship. She worked at the palace. And that was where she made her money. And she knows a lot of people there very closely. That's weird. Did someone in the palace, staff, security, a royal, did someone in the palace have anything to do with her death? Did anyone in the palace have anything to do with her death? Boy, they sure could have done a better job of covering it up, because that's not covering it up at all. I mean, if you're going to throw a body in a body of water, you don't want the body to be found later. And it's definitely going to be found here. I mean, that's a really crappy, trying to disguise this death. So did anyone in the palace have anything to do with this death? Well, no can be no or full stop, blocked. The royals, 13, 22, 27, cross. Cross is like the marriage card or family. No, it's somebody in the spine of her life. It looks like it's a male. No, I don't think it's anybody in the palace. Let's look here. This can be a contract. Okay, Ace of Clubs can be a formal document. Someone, it looks like a lover from outside, an outside lover, and I wonder if she had a child. Jack of Hearts is often a child, manifesting a child. So either she was pregnant. Ace of Clubs is a pregnancy card. So she could have been much younger than the 51-year-old lady who was identified. But what happens when a body is in water for a while? You can't take the fingerprints, all of the DNA, any kind of evidence is washed away. The body bloats and rots. There's all kinds of things that happen. It's very difficult. Most of the normal evidence would just be disappeared in a body of water. Water washes everything away. So either she was pregnant or she had a child. It's somebody outside the palace. It's no one in the palace. There's cameras everywhere, there's people everywhere, there's security everywhere, and palace guards and police. Do they know exactly what happened? Surely they figured out what happened. They know what happened, right? Okay, do people in the palace know what happened? This can be no. Many people, let's see, 14 plus 2, 16, 4 spades. The death and 8 spades. Scapegoat is the outside card, left out. No, they're outside of the loop of this death. On the surface, they don't know. On the surface, they don't know. What do we have underneath? We have Mother Earth, 2 diamonds, okay, diamond ring, and home, 6 and 12, 18, 5 diamonds. They know a lot. They know her well. They know her well and on an ongoing basis. So they know a lot. But they don't know who killed her. It appears that people in the palace don't know who killed her. Okay, so we got some interesting things here. Did anyone in the palace have to do with her death? No. And it looks like either she was pregnant. Yeah, it's somebody from outside the palace who was probably a lover and a man. And she may have had a child with this man. But it's not anyone in the palace killed her. They don't know. They don't know really what happened. They know all about this woman, and she worked there, and she's very familiar with them. She was part of the staff, but they don't know how she died. What is the relationship between the palace and her? A long, close relationship, and it's a financial relationship. Okay, and that was, she spent a lot of time at the palace. She was a worker in the palace. Okay, and working, this is the working card, and she worked very closely with the royals and interacted with them. People really know her at the palace. They know who this is. Unidentified. They're squashing it. Unidentified. But they know who she is. They know who she is. She's one of the palace workers. Okay, and it appears that either she was pregnant or a lover killed her. Either she already had a child or she was pregnant. She could be pregnant and already have a child. Women often have more than one child. And then what do we have here? Okay, this is just the body in the water. Came from the crossroads. And it's either a marriage or a long-term relationship. Somebody long-term in her life did it. Okay, and it looks like a male. This is the killing, cutting, shooting card. May have occurred on the palace grounds. No. This, okay, 5 clubs. I think she was transported in. I think she was brought in from outside the palace. No one at the palace did it. They know her very well, so they know who this woman is, and they're not saying, yeah. So they know who she is, but they're not telling us, because that's going to implicate, I guess, perhaps royals, and they've got other scandals going on right now. They have enough trouble. So, very strange. Yeah. So I don't think anyone in the palace did it. But she ended up in the palace grounds, and she was a palace employee. That's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, the Magi Method. Find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. Many thanks to the generous folks who bought me a cup of tea. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and comment.